Hey, everybody. Paula Kreider here, and I hope this finds you all safe and well in these unprecedented times. It's been 20 years since I last stood on a ladder at a Longhorn football game and conducted not only the most talented musicians in the country, but also the best and brightest and most dedicated band members in the world. I consider this to have been the privilege of a lifetime. And even though you're meeting virtually this year, I hope you'll take this time to inject a bit of positivity into a world turned upside down with COVID. And remember what it was like that first time that you survived Hell Week to find your name on a list of those who had made Longhorn Band, to put on that orange and white uniform and experience the thrill of charging through the tunnel to entertain thousands of fans at DKR Memorial Stadium. I remember what it was like to sweat through triple-digit temperatures and rehearsals and performances early in the fall, or to sit through a rainstorm when everybody else was scattering from the exits, but hey, the team was still playing on the field and you played on as well. Or those bowl games when you couldn't remember what it felt like to have feeling in your fingertips or your toes. These are the time when less dedicated people would think about quitting. But hey, it's always been the Longhorn Band tradition to look adversity in the eye, hold up the hook 'em horns and say, bring it on. Because only those who have been there can understand that ineffable spirit that is LHB. That spirit that brings alumni band back year after year to put on a halftime show that no other alumni band in the country could pull off. And even though you're meeting virtually this year, know that the LHAB officers have spent countless hours to make this a meaningful experience too. So I encourage you to stop and smile at the memories, to celebrate those friendships forged through the bond of marching and great music making. I hope you'll take care and stay well so that you can come back next year, secure in the fact that you're part of a tradition of excellence that always has been and always will be second to none. Hook 'em horns and down.
Good morning, LHAB. It's November 21st, and I'd like to call the 2020 annual business meeting of the Longhorn Alumni Band to order. Thank you so much to Paula Kreider for that wonderful message. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather Canali, and I've had the pleasure of serving as your president for the past year. On behalf of the officers, board of directors, and board of trustees, I'd like to welcome you to Virtual Band Day. And speaking of your officers, I want to extend a huge thank you to the entire leadership team for all their hard work this year. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Nefertiti Williams, the chair of the board of directors. Hook 'em.
Thank you to the nominating committee for presenting us with a slate of officers, board of directors, and committee positions. You can find those in the Band Day program. Now I'm going to open up the floor for nominations. I know we have a hilarious group here, but for the sake of time, let's make sure that we're nominating people on the approved list. You will find that in the chat.
Hello, LHAB family. We're so glad to have all of you join our first ever and hopefully only virtual band day. 2020 has presented us with more challenges than we could have imagined. but the Longhorn Alumni Band has risen to these challenges and prepared a great weekend of events for you. Your officers and planning team have done an outstanding job preparing for this weekend's events. The Longhorn Alumni Band continues to demonstrate leadership in the areas of innovation and aspiration. The hosting of a virtual band day is very much in the spirit of past LHAB triumphs and is just the most recent of LHAB's impressive accomplishments, whether it is the embedding of student philanthropy in our founding principles, preparing a halftime show each year, international appearances in London and France, or taking a central role in the founding of the National Association of Alumni Bands. For as long as I have had the privilege of being associated with LHAB, I have been impressed and inspired by the can-do attitude of its members, and 2020 is no exception to that. These past 9 months have been trying times for all of us. It is my hope that this weekend's gathering can be a chance in the midst of challenge to reminisce about the wonderful times we have when we are together, to celebrate the love we have for one another in the LHB family, and to affirm that we can meet the challenges that are in front of us just as we have on countless occasions since 1900. So, have fun today, enjoy the renewing of old friendships and the creation of new ones. Good wishes to all of you from the 40 acres, and hook 'em horns.
Hi, my name is Amy Cox and I'm the current president of Tau Beta Sigma. Here's a short update on what TBS and its members have been up to. But first, I'd love to congratulate and recognize our newest class of active members, ARIS. They fulfilled their membership candidacy process in the spring and we're so grateful to have them in our chapter. Additionally, I'd love to thank all of you for your support of us alongside LHBSA and Kappa Kappa Psi during 40 for 40. We're so grateful for all of your support. Now, this semester, as you'd expect, TBS looks a little bit different. We're still serving the Longhorn Band, though, by bringing medkits to in-person rehearsals and still trying to serve the Austin community through events that we can do separately, like writing cards to Austin patients and hospitals. For the spring, we're hoping to expand our community reach, but of course are following medical guidelines. We're also still planning on making our annual donation to Make-A-Wish and fulfilling a child's wish this year. Now, in terms of recruitment, we're continuing with our TBS annual fall rush process and have hosted a variety of virtual events, including game nights and movie nights, among others, to give new members the chance to meet members of TBS. We're so excited to see what our membership candidacy process can look like, especially in a virtual environment. Now, to keep up with any more of TBS happenings, feel free to follow us on any of our social media channels. We've had takeovers by active members, and we often spotlight different things going on in TBS. Lastly, thank you for all of your support, and I hope you're having an awesome virtual band day. Thanks, and hook 'em!
Hey, Alumni Band. This is Kent Koska speaking on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Alumni Band Charitable Fund. If you're looking for good news in 2020, you've come to the right place. As you probably know, the Board of Trustees, or the BOT, oversees the scholarship program started decades ago by LHAB members like you committed to supporting the band through scholarships. Over the years, it's become one of the core elements of who we are and what we do as a group. Several years ago, we declared our long-term goal of fully endowing a scholarship for every student in the band. This was a shoot-the-moon idea that none of us expected to happen anytime soon. 10 years ago, just over 35 LHB students received band scholarships. 5 years ago, that number had more than doubled to 76. And today, I'm proud to announce that 164 scholarships, totaling almost $300,000, have been awarded this year to LHB members from endowments that were almost all funded or set up by alumni band members. But even more important, this year, for the first time ever, every single student who applied for a scholarship received one. Every single one. It's COVID time, so I am forced to drink alone. Nevertheless, here's to all of you who made this happen. I've had to shoot this video so many times, this is no longer just a prop, but a liability. This is an enormous achievement, particularly during a year when the scholarship committee saw a need greater than ever before. When you distill what we do down to the basic elements, these scholarships provide students with the ability to pay for tuition, books, and very often basic needs. It's about helping LHB members as human beings, college students trying to get an education, and future members of this alumni band family. Our work is not finished. As we cross the halfway mark on our mission to establish an endowed scholarship for every member of the band, we can start to look forward towards scholarships for incoming freshmen, something that will allow LHB to continue to attract the very best musicians in the state. There is more, and this is important. On top of everything else the band has faced this year, absolutely devastating budget problems in athletics have left the band itself looking at potentially crippling budget threats next year. While many of us choose to give to scholarships, if you want to support the band itself as an entity, we encourage you to give to the Legacy Fund, which supports the operations of the band itself, including essential expenses like instruments, uniforms, and maintenance. A link to the page where you can give to the Legacy Fund will be shown throughout Band Day and is also available on our webpage. This year's virtual Band Day offers many ways to help, some of them new. You can click the link on our webpage and give directly to the General Scholarship Fund. Also, we'll be passing the Dunnigan hat virtually this year, allowing you to send your gift with a few keystrokes and click of the mouse. Most exciting of all, we're having our first annual Band Day online auction, something we will continue in future years, even when we're back together rehearsing painfully early hours in the bubble. Along with some truly spectacular big ticket items, we have dozens and dozens of things like gift certificates, items donated by your fellow alumni band members, and some autographed or truly one-of-a-kind Longhorn memorabilia. Please take a few minutes to visit our online auction. Looking ahead to next year, the BOT will be building upon the success of our first annual Horns Up Golf Classic, with a 2021 date to be announced. Despite COVID and scheduling craziness this past summer, we raised over $10,000 for scholarships, and the next one will be even bigger and better. We will have other new events as well, so stay tuned. I am truly honored to be part of this group, and I want to thank all of you on behalf of the BOT for your ongoing support of the Longhorn Band and our activities. We hope everyone enjoys virtual Band Day, and please remember that no matter what challenges we face, we remain united in our love and support for the finest band in the nation. Hook 'em and beat the hell out of Kansas.
Hey LHAB, my name is Chris Isma. I'm a 5th year Communication Studies Human Relations major. I'm a member of the Clarinet section and I'm this year's LHBSA president. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you for the support that we've gotten this semester. It's been a long, complicated, unprecedented semester, and all of y'all's support in whatever form that it came from has meant a lot to us, whether it be interacting with our Facebook posts, participating in our Throwback Thursdays, our scholarships, donating in our 40 for 40 campaign, any and all of that, I really want to thank you all for. For our 40 for 40 campaign this year, y'all really helped us out. Y'all really pushed us over the edge in a lot of competitions, and we ended up raising $5,152, which is great because all that money goes back into LHB students and LHBSA events. We'll be fundraising again through 40 for 40 in the spring, and so y'all will know about that as soon as we get more information for that. As far as what LHBSA has been up to this semester, it's been kind of a change and a lot more difficult for us to get together for this semester with everyone. So we've been working our way around that by having virtual events like game nights, yoga nights, trivia nights, all of that, and people really seem to be enjoying them. It's making our new members feel welcome as well as bringing our returners back to hang out with their friends and meet some of the new members. Other than that, we've just been really supporting our fellow student organizations within LHB, like TBS, KSI, FAB, LH Blacks, all of those orgs, just promoting their events, encouraging and inviting our members to go, and that's been really great. We're really looking forward to the next time that we're able to be all together safely again, and have a good band day. Hook 'em.
Hello, Longhorn Alumni Band family. It is so good to be here with you during Virtual Band Day in Austin, Texas. Wow, what a year we've had. We've addressed many new challenges, but as the Board of Directors Chair, I am proud to share our successes during this video report. Whether dealing with the federal government shutdown or conveying conversations on racial equity and social justice, our laser focus has been supporting Longhorn Band and the Alumni Band family. Like all families, we argue. However, I want us to be the Alumni Band family that listens to one another, respects differing opinions, and is solution-oriented. As a board, keeping those agreements in mind has enabled us to move forward. We've accomplished many tasks, and you can read about them in detail in the Band Day program. A few of those highlights are establishing a reoccurring membership starting in 2021. This will help us sustain our operating expenses for LHAB, supporting Longhorn Band, and help with activities or initiatives in both of the programs. Because of our growing membership, we've added new officer positions: an assistant communications officer, a parliamentarian, a National Association of Alumni Band Symposium liaison, a second assistant technology officer, and a TBS liaison. We released with the officers a joint statement on the Eyes of Texas, addressing our backing of Longhorn Band. And lastly, we are collaborating with the different entities about hot button topic issues: race, equity, and the Eyes of Texas. Stay tuned for more information as that develops. I encourage everyone to be part of the conversations and solutions. I want to take a moment to appreciate our board of directors. We have Tad Lanham, Carissa Horton, Christy Lotz, David Carter, Sarah Beth Purdy, and special thanks to President Heather Connolly, who has navigated many of the delicate issues between the alumni entities. There's still a lot of work left to be done, not only as an organization, but within ourselves, and we are struggling. But I have witnessed the strength, the innovation, the tenacity, the commitment, and the thoughtfulness of the directors and the officers. They are making positive strides to preserve the alumni band. Let's keep that journey moving forward, because what starts here changes the world. Hook 'em.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Weber. I'm a fourth year mechanical engineering major, a section leader in the tuba section, and this year's president of Kappa Kappa Psi. I'd like to start out by thanking Longhorn Alumni Band for your generous support both with the cage reconstruction project and with scholarships for the band. Speaking of the cage reconstruction project, this is our main activity for the semester. The goal of this project is to rebuild all of the shelving and reorganize everything in the cage to better fit the current needs of LHB and LHAB. We've made great progress working on this in small, socially distanced groups. Even though this semester has been difficult and different for all of us, we are still trying to serve the band and community in the ways we always have. To do this, we are still setting up and tearing down equipment at every in-person rehearsal, and we're trying to find new ways to serve our community, such as volunteering at the food bank. One major change for us this semester is we could not have a membership process safely in the in-person way we would have liked to. As such, our latest MC class, Cosmos, is on hold for now. However, we have stayed active meeting new members and plan to have a rush process in the spring, probably similar to the example TBS set this fall. If you want to keep up with our current and planned activities, you can find us on all social media platforms or at texaskky.org. I hope you all have a wonderful band day, and thank you for your support. Hook 'em.
Before I adjourn this meeting, I'd like to thank Heather Canali on behalf of all Longhorn Alumni Band members. Many people have worked hard to create this one-of-a-kind, never-been-done-before virtual band day weekend, but Heather worked the hardest of us all. As our president, she's been thoughtful, responsive, and extremely thorough, and I've enjoyed working with her much more than I ever thought I would. I've come to love her as an alumni band sister and friend. Thank you, Heather.
That's all, folks.
This meeting is adjourned.